Is now the time to be looking into Internet Computer Protocol, aka ICP? Well, we're going to be talking about that. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. Now, I did take a trip recently, which did take my overall focus away from the market. I didn't make an ICP video in a while. And as we do really kind of look at this space in the last month or so, because I have been gone for most of August, this space really hasn't changed much. In fact, since the sell-off back in the beginning of August, which did allow ICP to hit about almost $6.50, the market has just been kind of ranging, had a nice little spike up, nothing too crazy. It's basically the same exact market that I left on that I came back to. Now we're going to talk about ICP a little bit more in terms of the chart. We're going to be talking about a few levels to watch for overall as we really kind of look at the market cap for ICP, as we look at the price for ICP. I always say pretty much anything under $10 is not bad to accumulate long term, especially if you do believe in the future of crypto. Now, short term, yeah, you might have to endure a little bit more sell off in the market. Right now, I think Bitcoin is actually selling off a little bit more, under $60,000, which it is. And it does add some turbulent times for altcoins, as you know, Bitcoin dominance is so high. Now, if we do look at ICP on the price chart, big thing to focus on right now is the lower highs. Okay, we have this nice high back in March. We have this high recently in July. And then we also have this high recently in the month of August. If we are going to break this bearish structure, which ICP is in, just like almost all altcoins, we need to create a new high. And the same goes for Bitcoin. Bitcoin has also been trading in a very similar fashion where it's making lower highs, but also lower lows. Right now, if we take a quick look at ICP, we have this nice low recently from, the beginning of July, then the beginning of August as well. The question here is, are we going to create another liquidity wick sometime, soon, down to like $7 or so, and maintain a higher low structure? If that is the case, then I do believe that ICP is going to be very bullish, and that should be the time to be really kind of looking into ICP. Now, what is the level of interest from my point of view that we could wick down to if we are going to target liquidity? Well, so far we have been holding this, almost like $7.50 level. If we lose this, the next key level that I'm really kind of looking at is the lows from August that we have closed above on the 3-day, which is actually right around this level here of almost $6.80 to about $7.20. That is a level at which I could see us wicking down to, creating a low somewhere around this level, and us maintaining this higher low structure, aka we have this low here, we have a higher low here, and then we have our next higher low around this point here, maintaining structure, and then possibly breaking out and creating a higher high. That would be very bullish for the overall structure. And that's what I'm really kind of looking at right now when it comes to ICP. This is the level of interest for me personally. So let's watch, wait, and see if we can get those levels. I know that recently I told you guys about this wick back in July before it actually happened in my original ICP video. And we did get that. That was a great buying opportunity because it was it was like $5, like $5 and like 80 some cents or so. Great buying opportunity, especially under $10, because if we go back to those March highs, this is well over $20, which means, yes, I do believe that we see $20 plus again, and it allows you to double your money under $10. So with that, I do think that this is the level at which you want to be focused on ICP. I think that right now everyone should be looking into ICP because the utility, the updates that we continue to see from the team is nothing short of incredible. So let's actually talk about that. Let's address a few things. Let's talk about the dashboard, right? Let's go over here to the total value locked. Let's look at the canisters, aka dApps and smart contracts on the network, and let's just talk about the growth, all right? So first and foremost, transactions continue to explode. Transactional volume, love to see it. Well over 4,000 plus transactions per second. ETH equivalent transactions, again, also love to see it. Cycle burn rate, you can see all that information here. It's very, straightforward. The number one thing that I really kind of continue to look at is TVL. I look at TVL and also canisters. TVL right now, well over $1.9 billion. Love it. Absolutely love it. That has been slowly kind of being affected by the market a little bit, but for the most part, it does continue to grow. If we scroll down and look at canisters, aka dApps and smart contracts, well over 528,000. Insane. And if we actually look at the 1 month, guys, this thing has been taking steps to the upside. If we look at the 1 year, look at how quick things have changed from August of 2023 to August of 2024. Specifically, look at this major step that just recently happened back in March into April. Guys, 424,000 to 400 almost 86,000 in a very short amount of time. Again, the adoption of ICP just continues to explode. Transactions also very stable. If we look at the 1 year, yes, this has been kind of flat a little bit, but for the most part, guys, this has been growing astronomically as well in terms of transactional volume. Love it. And you could look at more things if you want, but those are like the two main things I really kind of look at in terms of like canisters and TVL, because they do matter greatly. Transactions per second, everyone really loves looking at the transactions per second. I don't really care to look at it and determine value off of that. I more so look at TVL and the dApps and the smart contracts, because that is what leads to value growth on the network itself. It affects the network itself. It affects the underlying asset as well. In terms of the total canister state, guys, this is what we really also look at as well. They give us a little bit of a breakdown. If you guys are a little bit confused on this, but in terms of the actual growth rate here, look at this. So I want to go to the 1 year. Again, nice upward move here, going from, 3.56 TIB to about roughly 5.013 TIB. Now, you might be asking yourselves, Nick, what the hell does this even mean? This is just terabytes of data storage, and it just goes to show you like how significant these canisters are, or dApps, smart contracts, if you want to call them that. If we actually look at the all-time chart on this, this is what you want to see from any network in this space. When we're talking about dApps, when we're talking about, smart contracts, this is what you want to see. If we just go back to roughly October of, 2021, this was sitting at about roughly 308 gigabytes. This has quickly grown massively around data storage to well over 5 terabytes. It shows you that the dApps and the smart contracts on internet computer are growing. They're expanding. We're seeing a lot more newer faces around, aka newer projects, new smart contracts, new dApps. And this is all network effect. We're starting to see the network effect being created. And also chain fusion. Guys, chain fusion is a big deal. We're going to dive on a little bit into it here in a moment. But what about AI? Okay, because dApps and smart contracts, I personally believe them growing very significantly with AI, because we're going to start to see a lot more AI projects launching in this space. The convergence of AI and blockchain is a very big deal that everyone should be focused on. And I also think that this is going to provide a lot more, if you really want to look at hype as a value driver right now, sure, it's a great thing. I think that this is going to create a lot of hype around ICP. I don't think ICP really needs any more hype. I think everyone is aware of how big ICP is. But AI itself brings in and attracts a lot more eyes. AI within ICP has been growing substantially. And over here we have from Decide AI. It's harnessing the power of ICP's unique consensus algorithm to bring fully AI on-chain, setting new standards for transparency and decentralization with 4,000 Decide AI users and 2 on-chain LLMs. The future of AI is here, and it's on ICP. I think that this is great, honestly. AI adoption of any network in this space, and when we're talking about actual AI products and things that are adding value, it's a game changer. And it's something that I've been looking into in this space, because we have a lot of AI projects that are just useless. This is an actual product. It's something that can be utilized, and it's something that adds value. And it utilizing ICP only provides even more AI substance around ICP. It provides a little bit more eyes to ICP as well. And it's something that ICP has been focused on, specifically the DFINITY team. Over here from DFINITY, we have blockchain and AI. Now, this is a short video. I'm not going to play it because of the music in it, but they talk about how they are moving in on AI. They're embracing AI and blockchain because the convergence of these two, it's happening. And it's something that everyone needs to be focused on, especially if you want to make a ton of money. Why? Because enterprises, institutions, they're embracing AI, but they won't be able to embrace it at scale without blockchain. Blockchain is the hidden key that unlocks the potential of AI. So if we think about that, ICP is a major driver of AI adoption. Just along with, I've talked about Hedera also being a big player around AI, Casper being a big player around AI. AI, if you're in this space and you're not focused on the networks that are providing value for AI and opening the door for AI to actually be adopted at scale, you're missing out on a lot of money, because that's where a lot of the money growth will happen. Now, talking more so about that, there was a Medium post by Dfinity on August 15th that they posted, and it's the current state of AI and blockchain and what's next. Now, this fully breaks things down. It's a little bit of a substantial breakdown, but I do want to talk a little bit more about the GPU dilemma. So just like over here with Decide AI, they talked about the LLMs, that's large language models. We have one of the most important decisions when running AI models is where to host them. The large language models that users have adopted over the last couple of years, like OpenAI's ChatGPT and Meta Llama 3, run on servers controlled by their developers. The problem with relying on centralized servers, as we explored in DAI, shedding light on AI's black box problem, is they're vulnerable to cyber attacks such as sleeper agents, which can be programmed to produce inaccurate outputs under certain circumstances. With Dfinity, they believe AI on the blockchain is crucial to ensure society fully benefits from this game-changing technology, but not all decentralized models are created equally. One approach that has gained traction is to use GPU required to train models and run inference sourced from decentralized physical infrastructure networks, DPINs. However, they will struggle to compete with centralized cloud providers like Amazon Web Services, which can leverage their infrastructure co-located GPUs in giant data centers to offer richer features. Centralized cloud providers also benefit from bulk buying power when investing in new hardware. For example, Elon Musk recently purchased $500 million worth of chips from NVIDIA and can pass those savings on to customers, making it difficult for DPINs to match their pricing. So as we do really kind of look at this, what ICP offers here is very significant versus those DPINs. Now down here we have AI as a smart contract. Now this is the three main things to focus on: tamper-proof, unstoppable, and autonomous. So tamper-proof canister smart contracts are immune to cyber attacks because the internet computer is highly decentralized and its consensus mechanism leverages chain key cryptography. It has no single point of failure. Unstoppable: once a smart contract deploys, it's guaranteed to run. The internet computer never goes offline, never needs to be rebooted, and doesn't rely on a data center that could experience an outage. Autonomous: a smart contract can be managed by a DAO or even without a control structure, in which case nobody can circumvent its roles or change its code. Most blockchains can't operate AI fully on chain because their smart contracts have access to a limited amount of memory, which explains why some rely on centralized cloud servers. As a result, they run AI with the blockchain. The internet computer is different because our smart contracts use a 32-bit WebAssembly WASM virtual machine, giving them access to 4 gigabytes of memory. That means we run AI on the blockchain. And of course, running LLMs in a smart contract is the ultimate goal. While the compute power required to achieve this presents considerable technical challenges, we're making progress. The internet computer is in the process of moving to a 64-bit WASM, which will quadruple the smart contract's memory to 16 gigabytes, enough to deploy a light version of Llama 3. And again, they do break down the overall relationship here. As we really kind of look at this, the convergence of AI and blockchain is going to be a very big deal. And those that have the technology to actually provide the value for AI, like ICP, are going to benefit greatly, which is going to also allow ICP to not only just grow in value, but it's also going to allow it to grow in adoption, and the network effect from the adoption of, for example, enterprises, institutions utilizing AI, or, building out specific AI products. It's going to not only grow the network massively, but it's also going to create a very, very big network effect because it's institutionalization, it's enterprise grade. That's the focus from my point of view, because that's where all the value really kind of lies. And that's also where mass adoption happens, because of those enterprises, institutions bringing their, users on chain. But with that, I also want to end off the video with Chain Fusion. So Chain Fusion has been killing it. A lot of what we are seeing from Chain Fusion Tech is like, for an example, launching Bitcoin native smart contracts and DeFi tools directly on the Bitcoin layer 1. This is actually happening with Tap Protocol. It just goes to show you how big of a game changer the technology behind ICP really is. And by the way, Chain Fusion has been growing massively, especially in 2024. As you guys can actually see here, query and update messages to fiduciary subnet PZP6E have skyrocketed, increasing over 11x in the past 12 months. This search highlights the rapidly growing adoption of CK tokens. And if we actually look at this, we could see that from January 1st of 2024 to July 1st of 2024, we can see the query messages growing from 2.7 million to 8.3 million, and the update messages growing from 1.2 million to 6.4 million. Again, Chain Fusion is being adopted massively. Everything around ICP has been growing, even at the time that this market really kind of is, experiencing turbulent times. ICP continues to expand, continues to grow, continues to build. This is why I personally believe ICP needs to be focused on right now in the space. Like, ICP is going to be a big giant going forward on. And as we do really kind of look at AI and data itself is going to continue to be a focus from the big money players. I think ICP is going to grow astronomically over time. Short term, yeah, sure, we might still be in turbulent times, but I still think that ICP is going to be a giant that everyone, should be looking into even right now, especially during these turbulent times. It's giving us another great opportunity in the space. So with that being said, do your research. Figure out if ICP is one that you guys want to accumulate more of, add to your portfolio, whatever. It's up to you. This is not financial advice, but with all of that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, this has been Nick. Peace out.